Do you guys know what it means when you G out? Show you guys how to do stuff like, oh, you gotta love that smell of two-stroke. Clutch in, you guys, clutch up, like whoop-de-doos. Pushed the limits as far as I could on a motorcycle. I don't remember this road being this narrow. Trying to find this one really cool vantage point. I think it's coming up here. Gosh, we had crazy rain yesterday, so it's absolutely beautiful conditions up here right now. But there's like 1,000 roads up here, so I'm just trying to sort out which one it is. I haven't been here in a minute. Oh, you gotta love that smell of two-stroke. It's been a minute since I've been there. I'll bet you a few years, or well, no, more than that, I think. Just kind of doing a big loop on the top of my local mountain here. Oh my gosh, I'm glad I came up today. I wasn't actually even going to ride, but I said, I'll just go and do an easy loop. Conditions are unreal. Zero dust, pretty much. Let's go have a quick, gotta go through a gate here. Show you guys where we are. I'll pop the drone up. We'll get a couple shots, but here I'm gonna flip the camera around. Check this out. Let's flip to the drone and we'll get some. The view from here is unbelievable. Actually, I'm gonna go grab my good camera. That's what I'm gonna do. Pretty crazy. Nothing wrong with that view. Hey, you guys, you ever notice that? I say that a lot, you guys. I don't know how to address. Hey, everyone. Pretty cool view, everyone. Sounds weird. Met a nice family back there. I don't know if you saw some of that on the camera. The young guy was on a KX80 learning how to ride. Was pretty cool. I chatted with who I assume was his dad. He was up here with his wife and getting the kids ready for riding. It was so nice to see. He reminded me of my times with my dad, so I gave him some stickers and told him I can help with lessons and, you know, getting you guys pointed in the right direction if you want some help. So I don't know, maybe they'll reach out. They put the pretty hardcore fence in here now. They just, back in the day, of course, there was no fence, so we used to just ride up, take photos at the edge of the cliff there, but I guess there's some endangered plants in here. Seems to be the theme of the world these days, endangered something, so stay out of there. They don't list what it is, it just says endangered plants, but right on. Love, that's one of the bigger mountains right near my house. Well, my house is down in the valley, but that's definitely one of the higher peaks. It's approaching 7,000 feet, I think, or 6,500 to 7,000. I can't remember exactly, but definitely a nice spot to take a couple pictures like this. Right on, let's carry on. Just absolutely epic. Kind of far back up in here, that's why not too many people are around. Bedrock. Clutch in, you guys, clutch in halfways. Don't let her stall. Look at this for a, not bad, not too shabby, not too shabby. I don't come to this one very often. It's yeah, that's picture worthy. Come on. Kind of see my little town down in the valley there, sorta. Man, the lighting's beautiful right now. And I gotta tell you guys, I've been wearing my glasses a lot lately. I mean, I've always needed reading glasses for a long time, but lately I've been wearing these I forget what they're called, how they automatically tint on you, and it's got 2 different levels of, gosh, it slipped my mind now what it's called. But anyways, everything's in 4K now. It's crazy. You can actually see what I'm doing. Just check out, can you guys see that plane on the, probably a little GoPro. It's just gonna go behind the tree right now. He's coming in hot. You're gonna be, can you guys, I wonder if the camera will pick that up. But at the moment it's kind of died down, but it's literally windy, so windy it's blowing me over. I was gonna put the drone up, but I bet you that plane, the passengers in there are just whop, rop, 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 like whoop-de-doos. But yeah, the airport's obviously straight in line with it just over there. Well, you probably just saw it on the other drone shots, but wow, everything's in 4K, it's unreal. Do it, let's try. Oh yeah. Ooh, what did we get into? Little spring. Oh my gosh, this thing is easy to get around on. Yeah, that's the kind of stuff I'm going to break down. You guys getting turned around like that, you know, you just dive into the front, hit the front brake real hard, gives you some rebound, and you catch it with the clutch and do a tiny little pivot turn. Brup, brup, brup. It's easier than it looks once you figure out the mechanics behind it. Now when you guys get stuck in tight spots like this, you don't have to muscle your big adventure bike around. You want to use what I'm calling a pivot hop. It's basically the beginning of a pivot turn. It's honestly a game changer for bigger bikes. First, cover your front brake and compress the front suspension with a quick push downward, hitting the front brake at the same time. You're preloading the front tire like a spring. You're also preloading the spring itself. As the suspension rebounds up, let go of the brake, give the bars a light tug and in the direction that you want to go, and catch it with the clutch and throttle all simultaneously. After a while it'll be second nature and it'll hardly require any effort on your part. Oh, it's beautiful, hey? You know we're gonna. Someone asked me the other day, I forget, I think it was my last video, I don't know if this will go up that, it might. How to get up loose stuff, something like that. The only thing I could say is pin it. You know what I mean? Let's see if it'll even go up that. Why do you need to go up stuff like this in the backcountry? I ask myself all the time. Oh my gosh, I didn't see that coming. That's steep. That's hilarious. So yeah, guess it'll go up that. You just gotta pin it. That's quite steep. I like it. Oh, I know why it went up fairly easy. Whoa. We had that rain last night, so it firmed up the ground. I was expecting a spinning war. I know there isn't many adventure riders out there that would try that. And the thing that frustrates me about trying to get my point across all the time is these hills, you know, I've said it a million times, they just don't look steep at all. I don't even, maybe I can come at it here from a different angle and show you guys from the side or something. Ooh, good place to practice skid turns. Yeah, it doesn't really do it justice. So for stuff like that, you guys just pick your line. You know, you got to have a nice transition at the bottom, and you don't. Do you guys know what it means when you G out with your motorcycle? That's an old motocross enduro term. When the bottom of the hill has quite a steep, even like, well, you can't say a 90, but the steeper the bottom part is, you can actually bottom your suspension out at the bottom of the hill, which makes you lose all your drive for the hill. So you just got to pick a good line, keep your momentum up, have an escape route. In this case there is no escape route, but it's really, you know what it is, right, you guys? It's confidence. It's mostly confidence. Be on the clutch, ready to change things up. Stuff is fun. I just love, I don't know, what do you call that, horsing around on your bike? I mean, you got to build the skills to have the skills, you know what I mean? Or there's no point. You know, a lot of us will just live in a bubble forever. Like, no offense to anybody, I'm just saying, you know, in order to advance, you sometimes got to go outside your box a little bit, and the best way to do that is to advance on another motorcycle, like get something lighter, like a dirt bike, an enduro bike or something that you can throw around, find out what your limits are. You might be capable of stuff you don't even know. I'm fortunate in the fact that I was, you know, my former career, freestyle motocross, I pushed the limits. Well, in that era, when I did it, I pushed the limits as far as I could on a motorcycle. And I have a pretty high limit on a motorcycle as to what I can do with it, but yeah, you gotta keep up on the skills, or take it more easy every year. All right, let's go show you guys my new water situation here, because I'm almost out, and it's like gotta be 25 or 30 degrees up here. She's warm, but if memory serves, there's a little creek down at the bottom here. I'll show you my new water filter thing. It's friggin' awesome, and I bought it with my own money. Okay, where's my creek? Coming up, I see a road. See my little creek over there to the right. Kind of sketchy back in here. I'm not a big fan of bears, to be honest. It's got one nice little spot here. I usually stop for it's not flowing very much. I think I'm gonna go back there. I'm getting the bear vibe, to be honest. Let me get situated and we'll collect some nice clean water. Okay, we got my filter, got my cup. It's kind of murky looking over there, but it looks nice and clean where it's moving ish. This filter's supposed to do everything, filter everything pretty much. Sorry for the camera angle, you guys. I know it's a little weird, but I always run a few through it just to clean it out from. I usually run some bleach through it, like I used it not too long ago. Oh my goodness. Yes, please. This is a game changer for me, because I'm quite a water drinker, and I like to, you know, you can only pack so much water when you're gone for most of the day. Oh, this is going to be beautiful. So this is the Katahdin Hiker Pro. That's what they call it. You guys can see that. And I bought it with my own money. I had the other one, the straw, but it starts to get plugged up and it's hard to get water through. Look at that, it fills it already, like, easily. Love it. Okay. Just had a quick pit stop. Let's go over. Whoa. Traction control's off. I always go over this hill when I go up and down it with you guys. I like to give you guys a few tips on these loose boulders like this, because I know this hill would intimidate, well, definitely intimidate novice, maybe even, you know, a little bit better than novice it might intimidate, but it gets quite loose and rocky up here, and it's obviously a little steeper than it's looking right now. Get the front tire to go through those big round ones. That's your number one goal. If you can make that happen, don't even worry about where the back one is, because it honestly doesn't matter. To a certain extent, your front one's the one that puts you over your, on your head. Carry a little momentum for these super loose ones. Fingers on the clutch at all times, in case it wants to stall. Guide your front tire through all those, piece of cake. I can't stress to you guys enough that just having some confidence, finding where your limits are, is like, I don't know what, 80% of the battle. I've ridden with a lot of guys, we've gone on group rides, and I just watch guys struggle on things like that, and I just think to myself, how's that even possible? Like, it's pretty straightforward to, don't get yourself over your head is what I'm trying to say. Like, just a lot of it's logically, where's your front tire going? Like, don't get all tensed up and let the bike do what it needs to do. It's like, if you try and fight it, you're just gonna, it won't work. You have to just let the bike do a little bit of its own thing and keep that front tire going through. See that one? Just guide around it and you'll get there. Hope that helps you guys. I'm just about ready to call it a day. I'm starting my journey down the mountain now, so till the next one, right on. Appreciate everybody watching. Oh, we're in second there. Forgot.